recently, I've just been made aware in terms of banking, right? Because I'm a resident of Harlem, and 121st, because what I say is Harlem, USA. I don't say Harlem, New York, because Harlem, USA, because when you can go anywhere in the world and just say 125th Street in Lenox or Harlem, and people can recognize or associate with something in terms, and usually what they do, they associate it with Black people, right? Or people of African descent. So with that being the case, what I've been doing is, just being on 125th Street from river to river, right? And thinking about it, that our presence, our banking presence on that main business corridor on 125th Street is, I was looking for a Black bank to go to. And what I found was, I just found two. On the main drag, the main strip, 125th Street from river to river, I found two Black-owned banks. And if we're talking about Harlem, USA, that kind of like ripped my heart out. So what I did, it emboldened me to just check some statistics out, or check some numbers out in terms of, well, what is that? What does that represent? Right. So looking at the statistics, what I found is that Black banks are only 0.04% of Black owned. They're only 0.4% of Black banks in America, right? And among all the banks, they're only 3% of minority-owned banks, of all the banks, right? So since 2001, 60% of the Black-owned banks have closed, right? So now we only control less than 1% of the total bank assets in the United States. Right. And that, again, that just ripped my heart out. So looking for a bank, I was looking for the other bank, because there's Carver Bank on 125th Street, and I was looking for, and the other bank was so nondescript, I didn't even know. I was walking past it almost every day and didn't even know it was a bank.
Well, just so you know, the Carver Bank is not my bank, okay? They're not related to me. It's not my money.
To be honest with you, I don't know if there's anybody Black, really. I don't know. But I'm just saying, and it's just, I think, because it brings a point to me about Amos Wilson. Dr. Amos Wilson said that an economic system is not based on money; it is based on relationships. So, getting back to your point in terms of the mental aspect, that if you don't trust somebody, you can't have an economic system, basically, right? Because you got to trust. If I say I'm going to give you something and it is what it is, and I propose what it is and you accept it, everything has got to be like honest. So I think that goes to the whole idea that because of our wounds through the way that we got here, that one of the things that we've lost is our sense of trust, right? And basically what I just say that is just giving each one of us the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you say who you are until I find out otherwise. And I think that's what's happened, is that what we've done is it's taken away that whole idea of me just giving you the benefit of it, or giving people that look like me, that remind me of myself. It just takes that away in terms of not giving people the benefit of the doubt. So that's just kind of like what I've been on the mental aspect. That's the way you introduced me, is that we have got to heal the wounds that we've had, because since we've been in America, we've never felt safe. And because we've never felt safe, we don't trust people that remind us of ourselves. So that's kind of like where I am.
The interesting thing about what you're talking about, and I'm going to pose a question to Ismael in just a second. I just want to give a little bit of background, is that the whole idea behind a bank is about community, because the bank is supposed to invest in the community. It's supposed to provide you with home loans. It's supposed to provide you with, personal loans. It's supposed to invest in the community to build it up. It's supposed to provide you with access to free checking or a savings account, all of the financial tools that should be teaching you so that you can develop and strengthen the community. But Ishmael, I want to ask you this question in the sense that what Charles might be looking for might not necessarily be in the building any longer, but might be online, because I know a lot of younger people are banking online. Could that be the answer to part of the question, that the brick and mortar banks have gone online now?
I truly believe it, because I think it's different ways that we can grow a community. And I think the one thing I've learned is that we could grow a community through the virtual world. Right now, the big thing is NFTs, cryptocurrencies, and things like that. So we have to find ways to not rejigger, wait, I'm just making up words, but to just find ways to build that trust. And I think it's in the digital age, because you see more and more people going into that world. And I think the most important thing is that we have to educate people what's about, and then also understand the underlying behind it. How is it created? How do you create it? Because that's the most important thing. Because you see a lot of the big celebrities nowadays that jumping onto it. They're jumping onto it with people that you don't know. Like you have crypto. What's that site called? I think Crypto. That's the name of the brand. But you don't know if they're black owned. You don't know white owned. So it's important that we understand how it works, understand the dynamics of it, and then create something for ourselves and create this universe of cryptocurrency possibilities. This is the one thing I truly enjoyed. Was last week I was a part of this week event called Black Metaverse, and you had these intelligent Black people that's in this world that's doing so much great work with their kids and with their students, teaching them about NFT and cryptocurrency and metaverse. So I think at the end of the day, it's learning the future, preparing people for the future. And I think, unfortunately, we haven't did that. And so it's our opportunity, and it's what we do with it. It's the most important thing. And it goes back to what Brother Charles said. It's that trust factor. We have to trust each other. And especially when it comes to the future, because if we don't trust each other, then it's not gonna work for anybody, for the community at all.
One thing, what I was trying to post was not the full article, but I was just trying to post one particular comment in the chat that I wanted to share with y'all, but I'm going to share with the audience, is that, for example, One United Bank.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Go
ahead, Charles. Go ahead. You go ahead.
One United. Yeah. Well, I think that speaks to what you had suggested, because I think that is, online in terms of One United Bank, right? So in terms of moving on to the other level, right? I understand that, right? In terms of modernizing the banking system that, for us. But the point that I want to make, I understand that brick and mortar might be going off or whatever, but the point that I was trying to make is that's the dearth of economic viability that we have as people of African descent, that we don't even own a brick on 125th Street from river to river. So that was kind of like what I was trying to reflect or express, that if you go to anywhere, you go to Chinatown or you go to Little Italy or what, you find they got banks and, or whatever. But when you go to Harlem, like I say, and I'm talking about Harlem, I'm not talking about some little town somewhere. Like I said, Harlem, USA, and something that would represent the wealth and culture of the community and the wealth of the people. And it's like, and we don't have a presence. And if you would see what the bank looked like, I walked past it every day and didn't even know it was a bank. So I understand, so even though I was talking about banking, really I was talking about is our representation on the main business corridor of a part of a city that's world renowned. I think that's the point that I was trying to make, is the level of financial literacy that we have and all of that. We can speak about that. But what I was speaking about is, if we don't have, in a capitalist society, if we don't have a presence or more of a presence from a river to river, from 12th Avenue to 1st Avenue, then that's representative of the problem that I was saying in terms of the fact that Dr. Amos Wilson said that an economic system is not based on money, it's based on relationship.